All right, everybody. So today I'm here with my cat, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about how you actually can talk to animals. Obviously, they're intelligent, so no, don't leave, please. I need you for the video. I'm gonna keep you here, and then I'll treat you nice and wonderful, but don't run away yet. No! Basically, you can talk to animals. Now, many people talk to them like babies, but honestly, they want to be talked to adults. So please stay for the video. Please? Thank you. Then I'll feed you and everything else like that, all right? But animals actually listen to you, and this goes for any animal, not just cats or dogs. Do you want to stay, please? If you don't want to, that's fine, but I'd really appreciate if you stayed for the video. They're not always going to listen to you because they're individual beings, but they can hear you and they can consciously think about you. Come here, please. Well, it's true, they can. And he just doesn't want to be with me right now because he's more prioritized on food. This goes for any animal, literally anything from an elephant. Obviously, we know they are conscious enough, even from an IQ standpoint, to understand and work with humans. But this does go all the way down to ants. And Dr. Ray Peat talks about this. I'm not going to show you any sources or exactly what he says because I think it's that important that you go do your own research. But it is possible. I think that you need to communicate with animals for them to understand why they are in connection with you. This is, of course, going to be very hyperbolic, and many people would not agree with me just off the idea of this, but I recommend you try it. Even if I am wrong, you are consciously thinking out how you're treating the animal out loud just by pretending to talk to them if it's not true. So either way, it's doing more positive than harm. You're going to be having actions that involve this. Let's say you're on a farm, and it's better to communicate out loud what you're doing anyways, just to help yourself. But if the animal is able to experience what you're saying, then you're communicating, which is always a good thing. Can you come over to the video, please? He's right out of frame and he just doesn't want to come. Maybe my other cat will come around and we'll be able to experience this live on video. Maybe he's camera shy, I don't know. But it is an interesting concept. It's kind of funny, actually. Some breeds of dogs have higher IQs than some people. Literally, people don't recognize that understanding without communicating, animal communicating back to you, is way more of a reality than what it seems. Everyone knows dolphins are incredibly intelligent too. Why do you think SeaWorld is able to teach these animals so many tricks, right? I think that this idea can show a lot of compassion and bring a lot of positivity to our connections with the animals, which is always a great thing. Now, Ray Peat has even said that he's told ants to leave certain things alone in the house and then they go away. So ant infections don't happen in his house or his friends' houses. And I want to try that as well. But the thing is, I don't have any problems with insects right now. So besides mosquitoes, maybe I can tell them not to bite me. But I also understand the relationship where they feel the need to bite me. So they're probably not going to listen to me. These birds, maybe, I don't know if you guys can hear them chirping. But see, it just doesn't make sense for me to tell them to go away. And if I'm not appreciating their natural sound, then maybe something's wrong with me. They can't communicate that with me. But if a bird was attacking me, I would say, hey, I'm peaceful. I'm not going to hurt you. So please don't attack me. And I genuinely think there is a chance that they could listen. Now, why are they attacking me? Maybe I'm too close to their nest. Would they stop if I told them that? Maybe not. But they do gain associations with words, even if they don't necessarily know it, because you do have to be taught the language as well. That's why it's important for you to speak to them so that they associate the words the same way that you did when you were a baby, whether it's feeding or how you're feeling so that they can read you. They're already going to do a good job reading you just naturally. That's why dogs are so instinctive when it comes to babies and how they're feeling, or adults and if you're sad or however else you're feeling. But it's important to grow that connection with them just on a personal level. And now I'm going to rant about something that I hate about owners of pets. Cat owners, if you keep your cat inside, or dogs, this is even worse for dogs. If you keep them inside as an all-day inside pet, you're torturing them. Some people don't even let their animals see sunlight because they don't see sunlight. First off, you're a slave, so why are you making another animal be a slave? You're an animal, bro. You are being treated like an industrial animal yourself, and now you're passing that trauma along to an animal that doesn't even, according to normal people's perspectives, can't even consciously understand what's happening. They just are depressed the same way maybe you don't understand why you're depressed. So that's just completely wrong. I saw a video on TikTok of a lady saying, "Oh, here's my cat after experiencing the outdoors for one time." And the cat was yearning at the door to be on the outside literally all day. That is torture for that animal. That's all they want. They don't have other things to distract themselves with like you do with Netflix and The Office. All they have is literally their chew toy, which they get bored of within 5 minutes. That's like you getting bored of your little iPhone game after 5 minutes of playing it. It is not good to be treating animals this way, especially dogs, especially if you have a big dog in a small house. That's not okay. Let them outside, at least your backyard, please. Let them get sunlight at least. Another thing, if you have an animal that is genetically inferior because you think it's cute, how would you say if I felt that way about your grandkids, wanting to make them genetically inferior just because I think it's a little aesthetically cute or something? I'm talking to you, pug owners. They literally, oh, it's so disgusting seeing one, especially in the older age. That's not okay. That letting that thing be alive, be created, is a problem. Now, being alive, you should let it be happy, live out its days. But this is where my stance on pit bulls also comes in. The ones that are alive, keep them alive. It's kind of wrong to put them down. I feel like that's like inhumane to just kill them for no reason. But every single one of them needs to be sterilized or neutered so that no more of these things are created. They're genetically made for a behavior of aggression. So they shouldn't be around, honestly. They shouldn't be around in the future. I'm not going to put one down now. Yes, there are good owners that raise them better, but they're genetically predispositioned for violence. I'm sorry, it's just true. So are other dog breeds, but it's made for a specific purpose, like ones that kill rats or bunnies or hunting dogs. You have to train them very well for them to do their jobs well. And if you don't, they can be violent as well, but they aren't predispositioned for random violence. They're predispositioned for specific hunting skills. So it's a little different. But this is why it's also, you feel absolutely horrible when you see a video of a husky crying all day because it's in Texas and it lives in the extreme heat like I'm in right now, and it doesn't get to enjoy 1 second of life unless it's winter and it's snowing that one time every 7 years. It's just completely wrong. Same thing with German Shepherds. They get anxiety when they're not being trained properly because they want to be trained. They want to have a purpose in life the same way you do, but you don't recognize it because you're a slave. This is just so natural for animals that haven't built a society like we have. Can you come here now? Can you come over? Yeah, come here and then I'll feed you later. He'd rather clean himself still. I might just force you over here. I'm sorry, I need you for the video. You're gonna have to be pet. I know that's horrible. But so that's why like getting these species of dogs is extremely important. I used to have a border collie and he would run around so much that there would be a dirt trail in my backyard and I felt bad. He should have been on a ranch. He should have got to live in open space. I wish I could live like that too, but you know what? I'm stuck in the situation. He shouldn't be stuck in the same situation too. So I tried to make sure his life was as enjoyable as possible. And you know what? It makes me think they don't get a lot. They have to eat the same food every day and enjoy it. You get at least that much of a preference, right? At least some of us. They also have to play with the same toys every day. They don't get to choose when to get a new toy. That's up to us, the owner. Some of y'all have certain times when they can pee and poop. Horrible that is. If you work and they told you, oh, you're only allowed to take a restroom break at a certain time, you'd probably hate that. Oh, and if that is what's happening, I know you hate it. So take that into perspective too. We can treat these animals better, and you don't even have to believe in karma to know that like, it's a good thing. I don't think anyone's gonna disagree besides someone who thinks that animals are soulless, don't matter, their emotions don't matter. But if you think that, I would consider you an animal in the same aspect in every way. So I think that's something that you should consider, because I'm not the type of guy to say, oh, because it's hypocritical doesn't mean I'm not going to believe it. If you're gonna believe a certain way, I think that that way should be enforced on you as well. So you may get what's coming to you, is all I'm saying. And I'm going to make a meme about you. I don't know. That in the positive, non-violent way, of course. But even small insects, like I said with mosquitoes, we have a relationship where it's understandable that we're not going to like them and they're going to take something from us. So it's nature's natural course for us to be almost genetic enemies. And we have to understand that, mutually understand that. It isn't about feeling sympathetic for the mosquito for what it has to do, right? You should feel that way, but you know what I mean? You don't hate mosquitoes for no reason. You understand the cockroach's nature. It's supposed to be where the trash is. You aren't going to hate a cockroach for its nature. You're going to hate a cockroach because it's a sign of trash for you. And that's the relationship that we have. We need cleanliness, so we fight the cockroach, right? But that's an element of respect with nature that I think people need to grasp. If you found any parts of this interesting, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's any part that you'd like me to elaborate on. I think it's a pretty interesting thing I've been thinking about, so I wanted to share it with you. Let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe. Peace.